The new map favors Democrats in 10 out of the 11 congressional districts. President Trump writing on truth. Virginia, vote no to save your country. I think in the last election, 43% of the state voted Republican. So, of course, it's fair and equitable, to quote Democrats, that 90% of them should be represented by Democrats. Governor, does this make sense?
This is the most dishonest campaign that I've seen in all my years in Virginia. And the reason for that, Mark, is that 6 years ago in 2020, voters already went to the polls, and by a 2-to-1 margin, 66%, they voted to amend the Constitution of Virginia to take the power away from the politicians to pick their voters and give it to a bipartisan redistricting commission. That's been the law. So we've decided this question until the Democrats decided to change the law. I mean, Princeton rates Virginia as with an A as one of the most fair electoral maps any place in the country. And now they're trying to change it. And it's just completely wrong. In the home of Thomas Jefferson and Patrick Henry, that the statesmen that we've had before us, that they would do this unprecedented power grab and lying that somehow that it's restoring fairness. It's complete nonsense, and I think the voters will see through it.
Yeah, a lot of people, if you live in Virginia, you know what's going on, but a lot of people are tuning in and you're not quite sure. So Virginia is about, and correct me if I'm wrong, Governor and Senator, but it's about 42%-ish Republicans and about 45-ish% Democrat. So right now it's split. 6 seats are the Democrats and 5 seats are the Republicans. It kind of mirrors what you see in the state. This would do nothing of the sort. It goes from a bipartisan commission every 10 years based on the census, drawing the districts, to basically Democrats taking this Sharpie and just going, this looks good. So what do you do, Senator, what do you do to explain to constituents, to explain to the people in Virginia that they've got to be out there if they want control over who's representing them? They've got to be out there voting on this.
We've been out at the polls all morning. My daughter's there. I left her working the polls this morning. Turnout is pretty strong in my area. So we're seeing people come out, and even Democrats are saying this is just not fair. 2 wrongs do not make a right. If the Democrats believe the president was wrong, then how come so many Democratic states like California, Illinois, New York, Massachusetts, Maryland, all redistricted Republicans out of congressional seats based on those same proportional votes? When we're looking at Virginia, our communities want to vote with each other. They want their representative to be from their area. People where I live in Hanover and New Kent and James City do not want their member of Congress to come from Arlington or Alexandria. It is straight up a partisan political power grab, and Virginia voters recognize this, and they're not going to be fooled. They need to vote no. Time is running out. You have until 7 o'clock tonight.
You look at that map, certainly it wouldn't be representative if you picked representatives that way.
Governor, a year ago at this time, you had a Republican governor of the Commonwealth. I believe at least one of the 2 legislative chambers was controlled by Republicans. Republicans didn't pull this kind of nonsense, and yet as soon as Democrats get complete control, they use Trump derangement syndrome to supposedly defend democracy by eliminating democracy.
Well, history is a powerful tool. And so this claim that somehow it started with President Trump in Texas is completely wrong. Now, I think Texas was wrong. They should not have done it, but we don't have to follow Texas. There are a number of states, Indiana, South Carolina, and even Democrat Maryland, that have majorities that could have done this, and they chose not to do it because it's bad government and sets a long precedent where you're changing your congressional representatives every time a new party takes power. What this is all about, gentlemen and ladies, is, and they need to know it, is it started decades ago in New England, where 7 New England states have 0 Republican congressmen. That's where this redistricting started, but it's been resisted until just now. Republicans, other than Texas, are not doing this because it's bad government, it's unfair, and I urge people to go out and vote no. Okay.
I'm Sean Kreisman. For stories and content just like this, check out National Report weekdays 9 to noon, only on Newsmax.